You're the kind of person who checks in on your friends. You remember their important days, you pick up their call always, you reply very quickly, and you show up when they need you. But one day, when you need them, no one checks in, no one calls you, they are busy, they don't show up for you the way you do for them, and you feel hurt. Why? Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tejas Shine from Within. I'm Ansuya, a counselor and guide, and this is a space where I share simple ideas to help you become your best self so that you have a calmer and stronger mind. We feel hurt when people don't do what we expect. But pause a moment and ask yourself, is the problem really them or is it my own expectation? You might think, what's wrong in expecting from others? But instead of asking whether it is right or wrong, ask yourself this: is this expectation helping me or hurting me? Because most expectations are silent, unspoken, and often they are unrealistic. So when people don't behave as we expect them to, we create a story. They don't care about me. They don't understand me. I do so much, but no one values me. This is what we tell ourselves. So, what can we do? Here is a 3-step framework to deal with this. We'll talk about 3 questions you should ask yourself and how they can help you see the light. Question 1: is my expectation realistic based on the nature of this person? Maybe you are expressive, they are not. Maybe you make grand gestures, but they don't. Maybe you have the time, but they are overwhelmed with something else. If this person is different from you in their expression, is it realistic for you to expect them to show up for you as you do for them? Question 2: have I conveyed to them clearly about what I want? This is what I should ask myself. Let's say you are bothered or upset about something, but you don't say anything. And then you feel bad because the other person did not sense it. They should have known, you say. But they don't know. And now it hurts even more because in your mind you are thinking, if they really cared about me, they would just know. Now let us remember that no one can be a mind reader. They won't know what you want and how to support you unless you tell them clearly. Unspoken expectations are the fastest way to lose your peace. So if something really matters to you, say it aloud. Don't expect people to just understand. Tell them clearly, I'm not okay. I need support right now. The third question I should ask myself is, am I demanding a sudden change in their behavior? Let's say you talk to people and convey your needs. You have one conversation. You convey what you expect of the other person. And then you think they are going to behave as you want from the very next day. But people don't change overnight. You can't undo years of patterns in one moment with one conversation. But if you don't realize that and you keep reminding them again and again, they also start feeling the pressure, and the frustration may make them drift even further away from you. Sometimes there comes a point when you realize that you cannot make anyone else change. So ask yourself, am I expecting emotional maturity from someone who has not yet developed it? And if the answer is yes, then the only option you have is to learn to accept it. This is not weakness, this is emotional maturity. Because the truth is, we don't control other people. We can only control our own response. So learn to move from an expectation mindset to an acceptance mindset. So, so far, we talked about expectations from people, but without realizing it, there's another expectation we have from life itself. We think our life should be easy, peaceful, fair, free from pain. But life, unfortunately, doesn't always work that way. It gets painful, it gets messy, it is unpredictable, and often it is also unfair. And lots of our suffering comes from this gap between how life actually is and how we expected it to be. We want control over our story, but find things slipping out of hand. Real growth begins when we stop trying to control and start learning to accept. By doing this, we learn to start finding peace even in the middle of all the messiness. Now, acceptance doesn't mean that you give up. It doesn't mean you stop trying or you stop caring. You still put in effort, you still grow, you still move towards what matters to you. But at the same time, you understand something deeper, that not everything is in your control. There's a simple idea that captures this, called the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity. Serenity means peace. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. To feel peaceful, you should know when to act and when to let go. Here's another thought. When you keep hitting the same wall again and again and again, maybe it's not failure, maybe it's life redirecting you. Every time your expectation isn't met, instead of feeling hurt, ask yourself, what is this teaching me? Is it teaching me to become more patient, to be more understanding, to not depend on others? Sometimes disappointment is actually training. Peace doesn't come when people behave the way I want them to. Peace comes when I stop needing them to behave as I want. And when you reach that point, you become freer, lighter, and happier. So, to summarize what we talked about today, we feel hurt when people we care for don't show up for us, just as we do for them. We expect them to just know what we need. And when they don't, we tell ourselves that they don't care or value us. So, the three steps to reclaim our peace are: first, check reality. Is it fair to expect behavior from this person? Second, communicate clearly. If you need support, ask for it. And third, give people time to change. True growth begins when you stop trying to control people and life. Emotional maturity means recognizing what you cannot force. Think of disappointment as training to help you develop patience, understanding, and independence. So, don't try to change people. Don't try to control life. Just observe your expectations and gently let go of the ones that are hurting you, because that's how you begin to feel lighter and truly shine from within. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions or thoughts on what we talked today, or you want more information, feel free to reach out to me on WhatsApp or by email. If you have thoughts on what other topics you'd like to see videos on, let me know that too. Namaste and have a great day.